Hello. Today I'm going to tell you why I drove 100 miles to go pick up all these plants, and we're going to talk about how importing and flipping might be over for the United States. Last night I was on an auction, and it was over on the Plant Story or the Palm Street app. I guess they have rebranded, but I saw this cute little Alocasia from my buddy Harry at Plant Zaddy Therapy, and look at how pretty it is. This is the Aurea dragon scale, and it coincided with me looking to potentially import plants. I was looking at doing some Alocasia imports as well as some anthuriums and some things like Burlmark's Flame and Caramel Marbles. So I was reaching out to Thailand exporters yesterday and I was getting price lists. And what I found is that a lot of the plants I was seeing go in this live auction were about the same price as the plants being sold from Asia. Now again, I probably don't have the best prices and the best exporters, but I found it to be pretty uniform across the board. So for instance, this little Alocasia was 120 bucks. This was in the live sale. It wasn't even an auction. It was a buy it now. And I know Harry's down in Orange County, so I just drove down there and I got this entire box of plants, and we're going to go through them and compare them to what you can pay for them on the import versus within the United States, just in your local community or online to have them be shipped to you. So let's take a look at these Alocasia online to see what they were going for. I ended up getting 2 of the dragon scale Aurea. I don't believe they have corms, but let's see what these go for when you import them. Of similar variegation, I chose the really high variegation plants with kind of mottled variegation across all of the leaves. I really like the Aurea dragon scale. It has a nice thick leaf, so I'm hoping it'll be more resistant to spider mites. So let's see what these go for online. Also, this was one of his prop tubs that had a bunch of the different Alocasia, and I did also get a silver dragon scale. I thought this was a silver dragon. I'm so bad with the names of Alocasia. I mean, I can barely pronounce it. But he had some really great specimen. These are the couple that I brought home. So let's see what they're going for on the internet. Okay, so there you go. Pink dragon corm, 65 bucks. Let's see the import prices. Usually these ones are importers. Highly variegated Alocasia pink dragon. This is different. Rare plant fairy, 125 bucks. So right, this isn't the cheapest one, but this is like similar variegation to this one or this one. That one in the photo has more albo, I guess. So it'd be a mix of Aurea and albo. So it has maybe a better variegation. But this is $620 from Indonesia. And that's with DHL plus $70 of shipping. So if I sort the lowest price, buy it now, I mean 160 bucks, 23 bucks, that's corms. So my point is with this, and we'll move on to like caramel marbles and other things, the importing and flipping price arbitrage that used to exist in the last 4+ years, 6 years in the plant world, where you could buy a few Thai constellations, albos, anything cheap from Asia, call it 50 to 100 bucks each, bring them in, acclimate them and sell them for 150 to 200, like 3 to 4x your money. That arbitrage is pretty much over with, especially because a lot of the people here domestically are starting to offload their inventory and bringing their prices down to match that import price. And then think about the acclimation, especially of something sensitive like an Alocasia. Look at the new leaf on this one. If we can cheat a little, I'm gonna like rip the leaf. Look at how pretty. Harry tried to get me to get some of the albo ones. He says they sell better. Obviously the strat with these is to have them produce corms, and people make a lot of money with the corm production and also breeding anthuriums. I think those are the 2 real like hustles left in the plant world. Everything else has been pretty much wiped out. So let's talk about these tissue culture real quick. These are Bambino, sometimes pink Bambino, albo Bambino. You can kind of see the specks in the leaves. He charged me around like 35 to 45 per bag, and there's 3 pieces per bag, so about like 10 or 15 bucks each. The import price on these is around like 5 to 10 bucks. It depends. It's come down a lot, probably around 5 bucks, and then you have to pay for shipping of the big box, and then you have to pass through customs, deal with Phyto. Like there you go. Alocasia Bambino, variegated tissue culture, random with a Phyto cert, $150. Lot of 3. Let's go lowest price, buy it now. Bambino tissue culture. There you go. $300 from Thailand. I mean, you can buy these just like domestically. I've seen these be sold all over. I've seen these be sold acclimated for like $50 to $75 each with pretty good variegation. And these ones have pretty good variegation. What triggered this all for me actually was me looking from one of my suppliers to buy variegated red Congo tissue culture from Asia. I really love this plant ever since I saw it at IAS. It might be unstable, but I think it's such a beautiful plant when it's fully grown out. I have an unvariegated one in my house, but here we go. I got a quote from my Thailand supplier for tissue culture, and they said $60 per piece. And I said I was gonna get like a few $1,000s at a time. So like usually I'll buy like $3,000 to $10,000 at a time. Not flexing, just being real. That's like the quantity at which I'm buying right now. So here's this random eBay seller with pretty good variegation, $80 each. Yes, and then $18 on top. So maybe $100 for some tissue culture. Here's the green Congo, another one I was trying to bring in potentially in TC. This is a fully grown plant. I mean, the importing just doesn't make sense anymore, honestly. This is in Michigan. I think the green Congo hybrid is such a cool looking plant. I think these in bag TC were like $50 or something. So I guess you could grow it out, but then the variegation really depends, and then you lose a fraction of them. Okay, check out these Syngoniums. I've never seen them before. Forgive me if you guys have seen them, but they caught my eye when I was at Harry's. Rose Mini Variegated, or the Orm Nag Pum. So I think this 700 Thai baht equates to like $20. So Harry didn't give me the best deal on these, but I just had to have them. There's your price right there, $50. I think he did me a bundle deal, so maybe I paid like $40 or $35 per. I ended up getting 3 of them. I just really loved the striking contrast. I love Syngoniums, and it kind of has like the tricolor look without the lime green white part, but look at the like half moon style. Oh, I got 4 of these Syngonium. Look at that, it's like a dead half moon. I really love this plant. Super easy to grow as always. So these ones, Harry didn't give me the best deal. Again, the parity when you start shipping plants through customs, dealing with shipping costs, dealing with bugs. I had to make this video because I import plants, so I started thinking like, why am I going to import plants if I can just go locally and get them today, get that satisfaction, or just order them online instead of importing them? Which brings me to the caramel marble. I'm growing these in tissue culture, and I've wanted to grow one out for a long time. I got this one from Harry, and I really loved the mixture of variegation. This one came out when he did, I bought like, all of this cost like $750 or more, something like that. When he bundled everything together, I think this one came out to like just under 200. He did hook it up, but this one in his live last night has the number. I think he was selling it for like $250, and I'll put up a screenshot, but I was DMing one of the Thai importers, or exporters rather, from Thailand to the US, and they were selling caramel marbles, he told me, for like juvenile size before like the ruffles are created, or the sawtooth, for like $235, I want to say. And look at this variegation. And also, yes, you can get these at small TC size for like $20 to $50. Gotta love motorcycles. But look at how stable the variegation is. And I didn't lose this one. That's one thing in TC, you end up losing a lot in the acclimation process. Not a lot, but like 3 to 10% of them. So let's see what caramel marbles are going for. So here is a caramel marble, DHL Express. So I know it's coming from Indonesia or somewhere abroad. Pretty much the same plant. Maybe that has better variegation. I think I'm being generous. This has really good variegation. $185 plus 70. So $255 for damn near the same plant. Like, why would you import plants now? And this isn't like particular to me. Like, again, you guys can look at caramel. You know someone's gonna comment about it. So here we go. New listing, $325. San Jose, California. Similar to this, a little on the higher side. You can get some really good deals on the Plant Story app. $300, $23. 5 bids in Hesperia, California. Low var. That's like a Pluto. Yeah, and when these don't variegate, not that pretty. But they take a while to grow up to this larger size, but damn, they are pretty when they grow up. And I think this has the potential. See, 1 to 2 leaf, they put like the most beautiful profile pic, but like, yeah, then there's a much smaller plant for $350. I think whether you get your plants online, through someone's website, through Plant Story, through eBay, through Monstera X, through wherever, the price there is pretty much for the exporters from a different country and the US are damn near the same. And that kind of worries me because that essentially means to me a lot of the people who imported their plants, so maybe Harry or another person who imported their plants, they probably paid similar to what they're selling for. So this scares me about a lot of people's small businesses and plant businesses right now, is that I know it's tough for a lot of people to swallow, but that's how people make money, is through profit, through selling something and adding value to something for more than what you paid. That's how you pay bills. At least where I went to school, it was very like taboo to talk about profits, but that's how we all make salaries and how the economy swirls. So my fear with a lot of plant shops is if someone imported this for 30 or 50 and they're selling it for 30 or 50, how are they going to pay their bills for their plant shop or for their salary? But damn, aren't these pretty? Even like on camera, it's still, that's the thing. Like, buy plants that you really like. I really like these plants. My wife was like, don't buy a caramel marble. I was like, I feel like I should. So I did. And this isn't going to be a great investment, but I love it. And I've always wanted one. So I did. And I also bought Alocasia, which I don't even know how to pronounce, but hopefully I can grow. I just need to keep the spider mites off them. So I hope you guys enjoyed this week's video. If you did, click the like button down below. It really helps me out. And check me out on the Plant Story app or check out our website. This video is sponsored by us, Pretty in Green. We are a family-run business. Come hang out with us in one of the streams and ask questions. Come say hi. Buy a plant if you're so inclined. The Albo prices too, I didn't even talk about that. The Albo price is like what we're importing for, growing them out for. You just can't import them for that price. Like we're selling $75 3 leafers. You can't import them at that price. So imports are dead. I said it here first. Importing and flipping is over with. And honestly, I'm pretty happy about that because the profit's gone. So all the people who don't love plants, get the fuck out. It's over. But if you liked the video, click like down below and consider subscribing since we make a new video about plants every week. Thanks for watching. Have a great weekend, everyone. Bye.